Hello and welcome all of my beautiful peoples. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you for being here, for all your likes, comments, subscribe, shares, for your presence. Anyone who shows up, you have an influence as the message or the energy that is coming through on the message that I am receiving and transmitting. There's always something in here for each person that is actively activating participatory action. So, I'm in a temporary new spot for a month. So it's been a little bit difficult for me to get proper lighting set up, everything, to be able to actually create a video for you guys. Hopefully, because you're farther away from me and the end of the room, we're in the end of this long room, there's not too much of an echo. But thank you for your patience and your understanding, and hopefully you can just get the message more than anything, yeah? So guys, if you are returning subby, then you will already know the way that this works. I always start off by doing a little energetic tune-in and kind of just tapping into any messages that need to be heard for the collective before I do the card read. So this past week, I just got a few new decks of cards, so I will be using a couple of them. So you'll see while I'm doing my energetic tune-in that I'm still going to be shuffling, okay? Just because these are still needing charge up. So what's going on? New moon in Taurus. So the sun and the moon are both in Taurus currently. What does that mean? Okay, guys. What it means is when there is a new moon, that means basically the sun is in the position of blocking, or the moon is in the position of blocking out the sun, right? It's made one full orbit. So it's making it dark, or black, as we call it, black moon out here in Bali. So what does this mean? A new moon is a great time to write down things that we want to bring into culmination for the next period, the next lunar phase, the next cycle. What does this mean? This means that's a great time to do a new moon ceremony, to release things that are no longer serving us, that we find are not as important as we thought they were last month or months previous, or whatever this may be, yeah? What's not for you? What is not for you? Exactly. So we can focus on removing things that are no longer for us, but it's also a great time to focus on what we want to manifest or bring in for this next lunar cycle. How do we do that to work to our biggest benefit, right? How we do that is we focus on where the moon and the sun are sitting, what sign they're sitting in. They happen to be sitting in the sign of Taurus, the fixed sign of Taurus. Happy birthday to all of my Taurians out there. By the way, yeah, if you want to schedule a birthday read, a personal or private read, information is all below. And I give special discounts when it is under your birthday, under your sign, okay? So anyways, what does the sign of Taurus represent? Well, they represent material possessions. They represent what is mine, you know, not mine like what belongs to me, but in a sense of what is yours, like what belongs to you, what is yours, what you have earned, what you have worked for, what you want to be yours or to become yours. So we focus a lot right now on what we have, right? Tauruses can be really hard workers, but they can also tend to be lazy at times. So make sure that you're tapping into the right energy at this time. How do we do that? What we do is we say, okay, what is really important? What is really important to us? Like, materially, right? Is everything in alignment in our home the way that we want it to be? Because now would be a good time to kind of like to nest in more properly. Now would also be a great time to organize, rearrange some things in your home. Maybe get a couple new things that you've been wanting or needing. Also to be getting rid. Getting rid of, I know it's really hard for the sign of Taurus. They love to hold on to things forever. But also, you know, maybe getting rid of things that are no longer good for us. How is a good way we can let things go, especially in this time of Taurus, that are no longer serve us, whether they're items, people, things, surroundings, belongings, home spaces. We can, if it's items or things, we can think of someone else who would really enjoy what we have, like something that we have, or someone that's always cherished or treasured something that we have, and we can pass it on to them. That way it's not really getting rid of it, it's just switching the energy. When we tend to hold on to things for a long time, it tends to create stagnant energy. That tends to cause emotional disruption later on and coming out in other ways. So what can we do, guys? How can we make this work to our benefit? Let's think about how we see abundance, how we visualize abundance, how we visualize material wealth, what type of things or money we would like to have, right? Like, oh, well, I'd really like a bigger villa with a pool, or I'd really like to trade in this car for another car, you know, or I'd really like to get a new job or a raise or a promotion to get paid what my time is worth, you know, to up my pay rate to my clients and not have them be objected to it, to them understanding that it's worth it and I'm worth it. So it's really important right now, super important right now, to focus on these aspects, right? Whether we want to change our garden, rearrange something, paint something a new color, focus on what we are wanting and how we are wanting it to change on a material basis. Taurus is a fixed sign, so it's hard to change views or opinions or things that we get comfortable with. But now is a really great, prominent time for change and to really set, even if we're not changing everything or people or something, to really set the motion for this change, right? So for instance, I know I was like, man, I'd love to be in a nicer place, but I'm so comfortable here where I am. And then something happened and my guides came through really strong and they said, it's time to move. You need to move now. You need to put forth the motion of movement before we get to the end of this month, before we really start to get all these planets in retrograde, and you need to start the movement now. Now, before Mercury is going in retrograde. That way, it's already happening. It's already meant to be happening. It's not starting or being created during this intense or rough time. Yeah, taking action, the Knight of Swords. It's time to take the action, make the action towards what we want. As far as relationships go, what are we putting up with? What are we putting up with in partnerships, relationships? And this goes for everything. This goes for whether you're working with somebody, whether you're living with somebody, whether they're in your family, whether they're your lover. However, are you choosing you? Now is a great time for choosing self and for self-care. This is so important right now because, like I said in the beginning, Taurus is all about what is mine, what is meant to be mine, what do I want to be mine. If I want a massage every week to be priority, or a bath for an hour where I'm not interrupted by people or noise or children or whatever you have around, dogs or anything, then make it a priority right now. Right now. So important. I'm making my priority right now to really manifest in all of the things that I want to be in a home space. All of the things that I want within my partnerships, my friendships, all of these, right? Now also Venus has moved into Taurus, which I believe might be its sign. Don't quote me on that. But this is all about how we ground out and stabilize our love and how we need to be loved, right? What are we hoping for? Do we want to have that big boat, that big car, that caring companionship, that abundant job, partnership? That was great. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, we need to think about forward movement right now and what our thoughts and our manifestations at this moment are affecting and bringing in. And we need to figure out not all the ways and how we're going to make that work. Just start by what we want. Yeah? Start by that. Because what we are creating now is what will continue to manifest for us. And it will be the way that things are for an extended amount of time. So remember that as well. Yeah, let go. Let go of anything that is hurtful. Good reminder. Thank you, cards. Let go of anything that is hurtful, because now is the time to rewind and relieve all of our past stresses and traumas and really come back to them with a more open, more loving heart and the way to be able to actually deal with them, right? Because Taurus is holding on to things for a long time. So we're rounding out of this cycle that we've been in for years and years and years. And we can release it and we can reestablish the way that we want to be loved, the way that we're going to love, the way that we love or desire things even. Because we're in a material space. Okay guys, so let's see what messages for the collective are with the cards, yeah? So, I've really been really adoring these Wisdom of the House of the Night deck by Colette Baron Reed. These are super amazing. I'm going to pull a couple from here. Thank you, Universe, Source, Creator, Spirit, Guides, Angels, ancestors, aliens, for all your honest, true, correct, and enlightened messages of love, of light, and the highest potential good for the collective. Messages for the collective. Please and thank you. First card is Vision 8. Aphrodite. What are we envisioning that is beautiful for us? What do we want to be abundant, and what are we working towards to create this abundance that we want? I've also been having a little bit of trouble with my throat. I believe Tauruses are ruling the throat, the lung, the thyroid. So I've been feeling like, how do you say, a little sensitive. Now is a great time to take care of this area. Second card is Obedience 48. This would be 12, this would be 3. We need to be obedient to ourselves, to what our visions are, to what our dreams are, to our goals that we're setting forth. The High Priestess of Water, which is a number 4. To me, the High Priestess of Water is really about being true, honoring our emotions. The water is like our soul or our emotional state, yeah? So are we honoring this? Are we honoring this way of being? Are we honoring our soul or our emotional state in the midst of what we are envisioning while we're being obedient or doing the work that we need to do in order to get what we need to get? Messages for the collective, please and thank you. Fork in the road. We are at a crossroads right now. Which way do you want to go? Which path do you choose to take? Are we going to live in this never-ending state of, oh, I lack, I do not have enough, fear? Or are we really going to step into this space of allowing the abundance and the love and the things that we know that we need and deserve and we want to come in? I can tell you what I want to do. Messages for the collective, please and thank you. First card that comes out is Building Blocks. Second card that comes out is Flexible. So we are building. We are currently building. Oh, I'm so far away you can't really see. We're currently building ourselves. You probably can't see this, but she is. Let's see if I can go for it. She is. The building blocks are creating her. Okay. So we are building, we are creating our building blocks that are building ourselves. By remaining flexible and allowing for things to come in the way that we want them, we are creating the new life. Look at this. Birthing this new life. Coming out. Any more messages, please and thank you. Any more messages, please and thank you. I think not. Okay, guys. Not sure, no tarot this time. This is the messages that want to come through for the new moon. If I can get some lighting set up, some better lighting set up in here, I'm going to get the zodiac reads. I'm going to be moving on to doing more love reads, as this has been a calling I've found the universe is asking me for. So, or my viewers possibly. Everybody's trying to figure out what's going on, what's coming in, and all of these beautiful things. So, as always, I appreciate your likes, comments, subscribe, shares. Share with each other. Make the community more connected to each other by sharing your comments and your stories. Yeah. Infinite love. Blessings. Oh, just kidding, I can't reach that far. Ciao, ciao.